Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with two E's, and I will be your lone host in today's interesting all-star matchup. We have Capitanos versus Arm and Get 'em. Let me refresh myself with the rosters for each side so we can both be familiar with who's playing on who. Over on Capitanos, we have Dr. Killinger, Spoilty, Hooney, Noman, Scooby, and Nolik. And let me get things set up here before we dive into this duel. Over on Arm and Get 'em, we have Hoochie, Beefy, Pone Cake, Two Old Sri Lankan, and Blue Wega. So very much a bit of a, I mean, this is an all-star matchup. You know, we're into the semifinals, so the teams have faced off already. They've battled it out in a few matches. I've seen a couple of these all-star teams practicing and scrimming as well, so putting in the maximum effort. But before we get too deep into all of this, we have to break down the format. In the all-star match, we start things off with a duel. Today we'll be having the captains of Capitanos and Arm and Get 'em duel in the center of Suburbia. So let them know that they can begin, and we will show, we'll just see who is the victor. This is not the start of the round or the beginning of the series. This is how we are going to kick off the all-star semifinals. This is how we decide who the home and away team is. We put the captains of each squad up against each other into a pistol duel, and the winner gets home field advantage. So that is two map choices or two side choices and going to the winner here. So it is kind of an important bit of an interesting way of establishing home and away for this all-star tournament. And looks like both captains are readied up. I think we have one officiator as well from Arm and Get 'em. I believe it will be Killinger versus Beefy in this pistol duel. Both of them just kind of horsing around, chucking out the nades, but they should be meeting up in the center.
Hey.
And we'll just see how this unfolds.
There you go, just in case it takes you more than necessary to do what needs to be done.
Okay, Killinger, stand in the line with the post thing. Beefy, stand in the line with this fence.
We'll bring it down to officiator Nolik as the duel closes in on beginning.
Fuck's sake,
Alright, that one's a little close. That's my mistake.
Okay,
My mistake.
T-pose, both of you. Okay, when I shoot myself, you start. Both sides ready?
Yeah.
Killing, Beefy.
Yeah, he's not having fun though.
For fuck's
I mean,
You're
that
ready.
should be a disqualification.
You're ready. Yeah, good.
Oh, Beefy trying to go with the move. Killinger, relying on a stable, steady shot, takes the win. And Arm and Get 'em will be the home team. Means we should swap the teams in our scoreboard. So give me a second to do that. So we have them on the right side. we go. And now we will wait. See what maps are chosen. I suppose we can go down into the war room, matter of fact, because we do have pick bans that we can discuss. I believe cargo is off the table from Armageddon. But I think maybe it's Downfall. Yes, Downfall from Capitanos. Both maps off of the table, and we will be hopping into what looks like Suburbia for map number 1. Now I have to figure out how we're going to hop into this lobby. And if that is true. Actually, you know what? Pwnecake might not have left the Suburbia lobby yet. So that might not be their map pick. Might be jumping the gun on the information here. Trying to get the details now, so give me a quick second and we should be hopping into our first round of the series, this All-Star Semifinals. Armageddon versus Capitanos. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. Welcome everybody in chat. I see the waves. Good to see everyone hanging out and catching this good quality. I mean, this should be some fun. I expect some kind of wild plays, really. So, we'll see what comes out of both of these squads. They are absolutely stacked with quality players, and I think at the level of skill that these players are in this team, you know, the ability to coordinate and work as a squad is not. It's. I think we'll see some good coordination coming in here. Talk about reservists and how sometimes when they get put into a roster, they can. I guess we don't really talk about it very often, but if a good reservist is put into a good reservist can adapt to any team. You know what I mean? He can slot into a roster easily and help them win. I think this kind of all-star series is like a ultimate example of very skilled players just being able to play together. Trying to radio into our production team now and get the details for the map number 1, still unknown to us. So yeah, Suburbia is not going to be our first map. It actually looks like map number 1 coming in from Capitanos is going to be Quarantine. This should be a pretty fun way to kick off this All-Star Semis. I do anticipate some pretty wild plays coming in here. I would some good flanks, coordinated pushes up the center, probably a lot of frags. To be expected here, but should be a interesting battle. Take a look at the active rosters as the 5th from Armageddon does get into the lobby. Looks like on Armageddon we have Scooby-Doo. Oh, sorry, is that right? Hold on. I apologize. I may have had the names wrong last time, too. On Capitanos. Capitanos. We have Scooby-Doo, Noman, Spoilty, Nollik, and Dr. Killinger. Over on Armageddon, we have Mr. Beefy, Hoochie, Sri Lankan, Too Old, and Pone Cake. Like I said, very strong rosters. Very skilled players, and when they put them together, even in a team that they aren't used to playing with, I do anticipate us to still see some good coordination here. But yeah, it looks like I did have the team names wrong at that start. So it was Capitanos that won the duel. This is their map pick. They will be going on to Marsoc as we begin round number 1. Armageddon on the defense. And we'll see how they fend off the southeast spawn, if they'll identify it quickly. Hoochie here should have eyes on a cross, but I don't think he's going to see those two rotating around to the south. May run into Sri Lankan if he's not too careful, but I don't know if he saw the crossing either. He does toss some C4 as a defensive measure there. But I think Scooby and Killinger are over here on the south relatively unnoticed. I'm not sure anybody is aware of this rotation here, and Killinger can get a lot of info by peeking through these windows and trying to see if he can grab anybody, see anybody from the 2-story. And the first shot's now coming in from Noman onto that rooftop position. Hoochie answering back. He knows he missed those shots, and a nade coming pretty close to Nollik inside the tank courtyard. In the meanwhile, they have another rotating around the far north, Pone Cake, trying to make sure nobody's going to be flanking them. That's the position he's holding up here on the roof. That south rotation is starting to go underway. Scooby-Doo beginning to breach the corners, and he's starting his push up on the south. He's got an overwatch from Killinger. He's got to be aware of the C4 just to his left if he advances any further over there. Nades coming in again to that courtyard from Hoochie, this time not quite landing, as smokes are deployed to try and deny him vision.
One crossing right at the back over from the south to the centre.
So I did have it right. I'll also have to switch up the... I just realized now I'll have to switch up our scoreboard names, because yes, Capitanos is home. This is their map pick. And right now, no advantage to either side. Hoochie well aware of the positioning of at least one here, trying to catch the toes underneath the dumpster truck, but can't quite land the shots.
The bin at the side of the centre.
Pone Cake also trying to look for shots there, but he has to be aware of his flank as Spoilty catches him out, and now they have control of this rooftop. You can see another rotating around here to reinforce Spoilty's position on this roof. In the meanwhile, they also have the south flank coming in pretty close. Scooby-Doo finding shots through the window, grabs Too Old, and now his position should be known. I do expect nades, maybe that C4 to get detonated by Sri Lankan. But a nice pickup there from Scooby. Get those lasers on for you so you can see those line of sights. And Capitanos looking good here as they begin to encircle around on the objective. Another pick from Scooby-Doo grabs Hoochie. He's been super effective in this window position. Sri Lankan not going to be able to find the angle that he wants. And Mr. Beefy and Sri Lankan down into a 2v4. Gonna be a tough hold for Sri Lankan. He is in this good pit position. Can't quite land the shots through the window. Nearly gets tagged from ambulance, and he's beginning a hard push here. Might be able to find one. He does just barely miss the shots. The angle underneath the prone as he shifts around here on the left. Now, oh, getting picked up by Noman. Great overwatch. And Scooby-Doo confirming that kill. He may find himself another as Beefy goes down, and Capitanos take round 1 in dominating fashion. Yeah, let's switch up the home and away teams here. We did have it right at the start. Take a look at KDs as we hop into the next round, but Scooby with a good round there from Capitanos, grabbing himself 3. Very effective shooting through those portholes in the, I don't know, portholes, windows on that plane side there. Super effective piece of cover there. And without further delay, we'll be hopping into round number 2 of map 1 as Capitanos now take the defensive. We'll see how they are able to hold against a north spawn, and if this will be identified early or late. This could be very dangerous if Capitanos don't get a commanding control of the north of this objective. And the first shot's ringing out. Scooby finding one, confirming that on the ground. Spoilty also taking shots out over into that north spawn area, trying to catch those crossing on the deep side. But an early pickup for Capitanos put them in a very good position, and now they know right where the spawn is. So it's going to be tough for Armageddon to try and move really anywhere out of this crater spawn.
There's still one out there in no man's land in the north.
Noman not able to confirm that kill or land those shots as Nalik grabs Sri Lankan with an aggressive rotation. He's going to have to be aware of this one here, Hoochie, rotating along the south berm, and I think he's going to be finding a nice angle on the Nalik. No, the rock just barely up, blocking the vision here. Nalik is safe in this spot for now. Hoochie is looking for the kill, though. He's on the hunt. Nalik now just missing the peak, and Nalik's actually going to rotate under the nose of Hoochie. Doesn't look like Hoochie's going to see this rotation here. He's pretty confident he's checked this area. There shouldn't be anybody there as far as he's concerned, and I doubt he'll take a gander here until Nalik maybe shoots or finds another pick. Wow, Nalik somehow still alive in the open, and there he does find one. Now he should have shots at his back if he's... Wow, tucks in just in time, and he won't be getting picked off from Hoochie. Still doesn't have his eyes over here. Yeah, Nalik's checking his pad. I wonder if he saw Hoochie on that berm there. No, he didn't. Hoochie's still not checking. Still doesn't get spotted. Hoochie's still alive over there, and finally, the shot's coming in. Nalik goes down. Armageddon into a 2v4.
Fuck off. second game.
I was gonna say they could grab that res, but it is a pretty long rotation for them to go get that. He was trying to cross deep on the east side and got picked off, but Hoochie here now rotates around onto the south, can't quite land the shots into the burning building. Killinger will stay safe on the stairwell.
He didn't make the cross yet through the Panther. Yeah?
Take a look at the other remaining member of Armageddon, and he is in a very dangerous position. If Too Old can stealth his way in between the defense of Capitanos, he may be able to inch himself up to the objective, but Killinger holding the angle, make sure that doesn't happen, and the shots from Noman on the roof confirm the final kill. Capitanos take their second round, again in a very strong fashion, putting their lead up 2-0. Thank you all for tuning in to the series today. We're going to have another all-star matchup in just a short while here, roughly, I would say 30 minutes. Definitely one you're going to want to tune into, because I believe we're also going to have a bit of an all-star cast. It's going to be Trip and the return of the Lonely Viper. As long as his child doesn't cry too much, he should be joining Trip on that cast, so send Viper good dad vibes so that he can provide that excellent voice and commentary and really make it an all-star cast. Looking forward to that one, but we have an exciting series in front of us here. Capitanos off to a blazing start as they take a 2-0 lead. Armageddon now on the defense for round number 3. Uchi, the front line defense here for Armageddon, taking up the rebel position. I don't know if he, doesn't sound like he caught that rotation from the 2 crossing over north. He is trained here though into this tank courtyard, and that nade nicely tossed, but not really where any defenders are. It really just provides Hoochie with information. Meanwhile, up north, 2 defenders should be running into a bit of action here as the rotation has come in. Pwnecake just going under the line of sight of Killinger. And he's getting a bit aggressive with a lot of Marsoc eyes over here. Misses shots just over his head from tank courtyard, and nades now coming in. Unfortunate deflection, and finally Nolik securing the kill there, finds one for Capitanos. They take an early lead. It's going to be up to Beefy to hold the north, and shots come in from him. He's already taken 1 bullet. He's going to have a close quarters battle here if he's not ready for it. Goes for a long toss. Still doesn't hear the footsteps of Nolik on the backside. Shots here from Nolik just barely miss Beefy. Beefy able to catch Scooby actually first. And Nalik is applying the pressure on the rooftop. Beefy finally realizes, turns and burns, catches him, but he's got all sorts of eyes on the rooftop here, and it looks like Nalik is going to be able to get rezzed. It'll be a long rotation from the two Capitanos. Not something that's going to happen from Noman, as Too Old denies him his life, and it's all down to the sole member of Capitanos, Spoilty, into a 1v3. Uchi able to find that final kill, and Arm and Get 'em are on the board in map number 1 of the series. They go up 2-1. We are hopping into round number 4 now of the All-Star Series. Capitanos back on the defense. We'll see how they're able to hold off the push from Arm and Get 'em. We'll see if the coordination is there for Arm and Get 'em. Looks like they are all on the same page. A full south rotation. Nalik here.
South.
Going to be their first line of defense. They know it's south after those early shots, and here come the nades as well. Up over the top from Arm and Get 'em. The smokes are out, and this is looking like a nice coordinated play here. They're trying to deny vision in the courtyard. I just don't think those smokes went where they wanted them to. Beefy here trying to provide some suppressive fire up over the roof. Hoochie looking for any peekers onto this suppressive fire. Not able to find them, but the duo is here nonetheless. Lots of eyes trained in over to these walls. Beefy fortunate that he hasn't been shot yet, as Ponecake's actually able to find one.
There's one hunkered down at the garage. I'm gonna try to smoke so you guys can cross the gas station.
Noman grabbing Too Old. Way on the south, a nice long-range shot from him, denying the rotation. Putting a couple more shots downrange to confirm those kills. And they have a decent overwatch here of objectives. Some good angles here. Killinger able to grab Ponecake from the rooftop, and he has great line of sight onto the rest of the Arm and Get 'em team, or at least 2 of the remaining 3. He has a great angle here from the roof, so they're going to have to be careful. They're going to need the help of that flanker. I think it's Sri Lankan. Killinger actually going to back off, though. Maybe he received too much heat from Beefy and Hoochie. It is a lot of fire there, especially with that LMG.
I gotta move. There is an enemy on rooftop, watch out.
Killinger actually probably the smart choice to drop back from that rotation.
Don't let me die, Uchi.
Rez coming in, bringing Capitanos back to 5, and now it's a 5v3. Make that a 5v2. Sri Lankan getting picked up by Spoilty. Mr. Beefy still concerned about the roof, even though the threat is not there. Spoilty's the danger he has to worry about as he gets picked off. And now it comes down to Hoochie into the 1v5. A tall order, to say the least. Capitanos looking good here on this defensive hold. Ooh, and the headshot's just missing Hoochie here. Noman finds himself another pick from that long angle. And some good long-range shots coming out of him. Grab Capitanos the lead, or push their lead up 3-1. If you are just tuning in, you haven't missed too much. Map 1 is underway, nearly finished. Well, I guess that's up to Arm and Get 'em if they can hold on and grab a couple of rounds for their team, or if they'll let Capitanos push this one up 4-1. Round number 5 of map 1 is underway. We'll see how Capitanos use this spawn and see if they can grab themselves the map deciding round. Early nades from Capitanos just to ensure the hard push isn't there, but there is a bit of a hard push. Nolik actually able to grab Beefy before he can do any damage. And Killinger able to get up onto the rooftop. That defense from Armageddon going to have to drop back from this north position, realizing that the Capitanos push is here. It is information for Armageddon to work with, so we'll see how they work with it. A good nade right on to where Pwnecake was just a second ago. Shots from Spoilty just missed Pwnecake on the rotation. And they should have an idea of Hoochie and Pwncake's position right now. Oh, and Pwnecake may be open to Noman shortly here if he's not too careful. If he lingers too long on this wall, Noman can rotate along that south side and eventually take shots here onto Pwnecake. Pwnecake does have his back basically completely exposed. Really investing heavily on defending this north push. He may be able to find Nolik if he's lucky. If he peeks up and over these barrels here, he still has it. Nolik actually sees the hand and catches Pwnecake out before he can do any damage. And Capitanos looking like they may be able to grab the map here. Shots from the north, surprising Nolik.
RC Eastman.
Sri Lankan getting caught out into a very bad spot as Nalik pushes and gets aggressive. Picks him off, and now only one left alive to defend. Dueling it out with Noman and a nade. I think that was actually an M2. I think that was a grenade launcher coming in from Capitanos. Grabs themselves the map win. Curious to see what our next map is. We can take a quick trip over to the war room. Remind of the bans and the current map pick. Curious to see where that map number 2 falls in. But Cargo and Downfall are off the table, so with Quarantine being played, still have Suburbia, Tanker, Subway, and Bazaar. I actually do also think that they may be able to play other maps as well if the teams agree upon them, so we'll see if we get any curveballs. It doesn't look like for map 2 we'll be throwing anything too crazy, but I am looking forward to Suburbia for the second map. Bring back to that scoreboard, refresh you of where we are now in the series. Quarantine going to Capitanos 4-1. Armageddon now battling for the series. They need to secure this map. This is their map choice. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if Armageddon picked Volk here and Capitanos picked the map, because Armageddon are starting on Volk again. Am I right on that? Oh, my roster's wrong. I do have my side's wrong. Okay. We're right. This is Armageddon's choice. Good thing I caught that before anybody else got too confused. And we'll dive right into round number 1 of map 2.
I'm pre-firing.
See if Beefy catches anyone out here on the pre-fire. No one able to get past it in time, so he's safe. But Beefy just pumping rounds here through the walls. And Capitanos sending 4 into the objective building. It's going to be a tough breach for Armageddon. Homecake here, maybe able to find an angle onto Nalik. Meanwhile, the rest of his team pushes up into Playground and Beefy. Bit of a forward position. The shield Interestingly, not going to be coming into that center area. Well, I'm not sure why Sri Lankan's rotating so far around the side here with the shield, but we'll see how that strategy unfolds. Cake inching his way forward. Noman super exposed to this APC flank here. Cake might not have even had to have shot. He could have let that nade do the work. Nalik now aware of his position. He's inching his way forward. Nades do come in pretty close to Cake. He's able to tuck in. Stays alive. They are slowly beginning to circle around this objective. More nades coming out towards Cake as he tucks in. And you hear the bait call there. Trying to utilize Capitanos and force them to peek. The follow-up frag again. Coming in, not going to be effective. Nalik just missing shots on the Cake, and the push coming in from Hoochie on the other side along with the shield. Finally, the follow-up Sri Lankan. And Tool. This is looking like a very nice approach from Armageddon right now onto this objective. Beefy able to grab Nalik. He gets picked off by Killinger, a very clutch pick, but he is slowly getting encapsulated by players. Sri Lankans inching in, Hoochie and Tool. Cake on his left. Maybe a tall order. Down he goes, able to get picked off by Hoochie. Scooby's the last line of defense as he gets shot by Sri Lankan with the shield. Drops back from that position. And it is a 2v4 now. Smokes are out on OBJ, trying to block the vision, deny Capitanos from even seeing the push come in, but Scooby's here, prone, looking for it. The push up from Cake grabs one. The aggressive push from Foilty gets two, but can't get all four. The pile-on in the stairs pays off for Armageddon, and they take the lead 1-0. It is Armageddon's map choice, so not surprising to see them grab the Marsoc round early, but it is a great job. Very coordinated push there, really. I mean, they're all converging on the objective at the same time. Very nicely done from Armageddon, and we'll see if they're going to be able to handle the Capitanos offense, which is coming up next. A reminder that in just 15 minutes we'll have another All-Star match. The second match for the semifinals begin on Master League 2. So if you do want to catch that action, head on over to Onward VRML 2 and you can watch those All-Star teams duel it out. If we are blessed, Lonely Viper may join that co-cast as well, so see how that shapes. Like I said, give him good dad vibes so he can calm the children. But back into the action, and the pre-fire paying off from Noman and Scooby-Doo, grabbing two from Armageddon early. The shots coming back, almost tagging Noman. Too Old able to grab Foilty, and the push is hard on the objective right now. Too Old has to respond as one is inside the corner. Killinger's punching in the code, trying to put Captains up 2-0, and he does. The incredibly aggressive push in the center, all while that's pre-fire going on at the beginning. Not even allowing Armageddon to get into position. A great job from Capitanos. That's one of the best pushes I've seen in center in league play. That was a very nice play there. Take notes, folks. That was a great hard push. And talk about an answer back from Capitanos. They maybe not too happy about that Marsoc round not going in their favor, and a great way to come in and grab themselves a 1-point lead, get onto the board, and take the lead in one fell swoop. Take a gander at the KDs. Noman disgracing the caster crew with no kills in 2 rounds on Suburbia. Make sure you at him and let him know that he can do better. Killinger 2-2, Scooby-Doo 3-1. Really putting Noman on his back. But sometimes that's how it has to work. We'll see if Noman can get any kills at all this series. Kid, I think he actually had a pretty good KD last round. But gosh, Noman, get on the board. Represent us casters for this final, well, what could be final round of the series. I don't know if we would play the third. I doubt we would. Maybe we would for placements. We might for placements in the bronze matchup. Either way, a lot of free fire coming in from Capitanos. This time, not so successful as Armin get him take control of Playground. And in a pretty quick time, have moved up and are beginning their push. That's a pretty good smoke from Sri Lanka. Actually, not so much. The angle not exactly going where he wanted it to. Sri Lankan trying to go around Scooby, but that won't work. Scooby able to find the angle onto him as he tries to cross. Nalik actually team killing with the C4, and Hoochie here looking for the frags onto Spoilty. Noman with a quick peek. Can't quite find them either. We're into a 4v4. Pwnecake on the cross, can't find Killinger. Too Old was obviously looking for those shots, and a nade comes up and over, might catch Beefy or Pwnecake. A great toss, that's an instant down. Armin get him into a 3v4 as Noman finds another, makes it a 2v4. And it is these two to be exact. Too Old on this prone warrior move. Can't find Killinger or Spoilty on the rotation there. And give him a false sense of confidence that that corner is clear. It is clear, I suppose, now as Spoilty drops back and Killinger has crossed over to make sure he has eyes on the objective. Too Old, though, underneath. The Humvee grabs Spoilty. Shots coming in from Killinger to free frag Mr. Beefy. Trying to answer back there. He's got to watch out for the flank from Noman that is coming in. These two are going to be getting flanked as Noman grabs one, grabs two. The good shots from him put Capitanos up 3-1. And he's on the board! Praise be, don't add him. Good just had to send him the caster vibes. And he puts on a good show. We are hopping into what could be the series decider if Capitanos can grab the Marsoc round. They will take map 2 and the semifinals. They'll be advancing down into the All-Star Championships. Against who is yet to be decided. As I said, that will be over on Master League 2, and it does look like it will be blessed with the voice of Lonely Viper, so it's going to be an all-star cast as well. Definitely going to be something you're going to want to tune into. But already, Capitanos down 1. Not making a good case for taking the series here. Down 2 as a nade from the backside of Beefy catches Spoilty. And Scooby here in a real interesting firefight, trying to find shots onto Pwnecake, who's made an interesting advancement through the smoke. And somehow been able to avoid shots. Scooby also dodging Pwnecake as he now drops back just in time. I was wondering when that res was going to come in. Killinger able to pick that up, and Scooby's really doing a great job of suppressing 2 here as Noman begins his flank, grabs Sri Lankan, quickly picked off by Too Old, who is watching this side. So our focus then shifts back to the objective. Killinger goes down from Hoochie's shots. Beefy is going to try and rotate and get the res. Doesn't get picked off on that rotation. The nade's coming in. It's a good toss, confirms Hoochie. Not going to be able to be picked up again from Beefy there, and now it's 3v3. Good smoke. Gonna deny Pwnecake some vision. He's gonna actually push up into that smoke. A very risky play here as Killinger and Scooby are still here, but wow. He is now totally undetected on this push. I don't think anybody heard this. Scooby's completely exposed. He goes down to Pwnecake. Killinger's gonna peek up here and look for the frag. Can't find the angles. He gets picked off on that side from Beefy, and a great defensive hold here. Leaves Spoilty all alone in a 1v3. Good shots there. That's one, but not enough as Beefy able to grab the final kill, putting Armageddon back into the series, keeping them in it as they get up 2-3. Round number 6. almost had a math part there, as we call it here in the caster desk. Capitanos, the signature pre-fire from them, not as effective as maybe they were hoping, but it has denied really any sort of aggressive push out of the objective from Arm and Get 'em. They've had to crouch and crawl their way out of spawn and invest 2 in the rooftop to just try and suppress and free up some room. Interesting smokes. Like a nade being prepped here from Noman onto the corner. A little bit overcooked. Might have caught Sri Lankan out. Bone kick here. Slips under 1 on the defense, and now he may find an opportunity to grab Noman if Noman's not ready, but Noman shoots and drops back, relies on Spoilty's Overwatch. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. That's pretty rad. He balanced his half-empty clip on his gun as he reloaded a fresh one in, and then grabbed that one back off of his gun and put it onto his chest. I don't know why I've never seen that. I guess most people are fine just crouching down and doing it, but work harder, or work smarter, not harder. Definitely Spoilty's motto. Bone kick up here, catches one through the wood, but he's quickly refragged with a really nice toss. Or who that was from, but it was an insta-kill, so we're into a 4v4. Arm and Get 'em are taking an interesting approach here, though. Another nice nade catches Scooby's dome piece as Beefy here on a bit of a rampage. Noman grabbing Too Old on an aggressive push up to lane 2. He's gonna maybe not have as much success if he tries that on lane 3. Hoochie's there. Beefy able to grab another. The res from Spoilty is here, though, so Scooby and Spoilty should be able to provide some sort of suppressive fire up over onto that Humvee, over onto Beefy's angle. And Beefy's got to be careful not to expose his toes. Hoochie, forgetting about Scooby, gets picked off by him. A nice quick pickup from Capitanos puts them into the advantage 3-2, and this could be the series if Beefy can't find a couple of kills. Does land some shots on the Spoilty. Beefy, though, has really done a nice job to suppress these guys, and look at the cross on the other side. Coming in, Beefy grabs both on the corner, and now it's up to Noman, who may be unaware of this. Arm and Get 'em could take the map. They are going to. Sri Lankan punching in the code will get map number 2, and a great comeback from Arm and Get 'em brings this to a map number 3 series decider. Color me surprised. Okay, I've gotten my information sorted. I don't have it, I lied. I forgot who was on what team. Really, it should be pretty easy to identify. Capitanos is the home team, so this is their map pick. Did I get this right? Gosh darn it. Capitanos is actually starting on Volk. So I'm curious, with the remaining map pool, if they just decided to take the Volk advantage into whatever map Armageddon picked. It is going to be Tanker. For map number 3. And look, I'd love to tell you to go watch the second series starting up right now, but we're down to the wire here. This is the third map, the final countdown. Armageddon versus Capitanos. It all comes down to this. And what either one of these teams can break out here. A very surprising comeback from Armageddon. I mean, Capitanos are going to have to watch out. This tanker map is not going to be an easy one to defend from. I don't think we've had any roster swaps either. Just FYI. Pretty sure we have stayed on these same rosters. And we don't have to wait anymore for the action. Round 1 of map number 3. The semifinals decider is underway. Will Capitanos be able to secure this, or will Armageddon keep momentum going? After a great comeback on Suburbia, they definitely have it on their side, and we'll see if they can carry that into Tanker. Pre-fire already underway. The shots coming in from downstairs. Sri Lankan and his shield here.
He's not rushing, he's all the way down at the end tool. Don't come up.
One in the left-hand side centre building, right window. Yeah, he's peeking the left window.
Go smoke, kid. Here, can you throw this one to us?
Lots of smokes coming in. The move upstairs coming out. Hoochie and Beefy approaching the objective. Capitanos pretty heavily invested in the downstairs. Hoochie here completely under the smoke. May be able to go unnoticed. I'm pretty sure Spoilty sees him here now. Definitely not unnoticed. Pwnecake, on the other hand, on top of objective, runs past it. Shots miss him, but he could be punching in code now as Nolik is the last defender of Capitanos. Sri Lankan looks like he tried to knife Nolik. Grabs one. Pwnecake able to avenge his teammate, and Armageddon carry that momentum into this third map, push their lead up 1-0. Oops. What's wrong? Here we go. Both squads using up all available time between these rounds. I think they recognize that these ones matter a little bit. At least if they want to be able to advance into the finals and compete to be the all-star of all-stars. Round 2 is underway. Armageddon now on the defense upstairs. We'll see if Capitanos can mount an effective Marsoc push. Malik on the downstairs should run into Beefy, who has an angle. Can't quite peek and gets overexposed, looking for that kill. Nalik able to find the frag. That puts Capitanos into an early advantage. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Hopefully no team fire going on here. A nade is coming in. Killinger gonna want to stay tucked in. And actually, the team kill is coming in from up top as Pwnecake picks off one of his own. Nalik does shoot at Killinger. They wave, address each other's presence downstairs, and now the push coming in from Noman onto Hoochie. Couple of kills, leaves it all up to Sri Lankan in just a flash, and he goes down as Capitanos, with a great offensive round of their own, do not lose a single Marsoc member and tie it up 1-1. Quick reminder, if you are dropping by, make sure that if you have that Twitch Prime available, you drop that sub. Support, always appreciated, goes back into casting and moderation group. Helps us bring you that sweet, sweet action. Also, you got sweet emotes, okay? Throw down the clutch. If you invest a little bit heavier, you get a couple of more. The idea is that if we can get partnership, we'll actually be able to give you quite a few more emotes. We can really get creative with what we can do with those, and it'll be pretty fun. So tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your kids. Tune in to Onward VR Master League action. Follow it on Twitter. Become obsessed. It's okay. I promise. Nothing bad will happen. Another upstairs objective for round number 3. See if either one of these teams can grab themselves a cap here. Oh, wow. And Beefy with a very early shots grabs one. The smokes are coming in. More fire on the underground here between Shield and Noman. He tries to drop back. Also some kills going down up top as Scooby grabs one. The push here is in trouble. Beefy and Too-Old in a bit of a jam. Too-Old able to sneak himself inside the other side of the cargo crate. So he's relatively safe. Spoilty tossing a flash up and out is going to deny Too-Old vision. Will slow his push down for a few seconds. Noman has made it up top, but he's not aware of all of the people up here as Beefy grabs Spoilty looking for the frag, and the push coming in from Capitanos grabs a few more. Everybody going down on either side of things. Sri Lankans rotating around the backside with the shield. Nalik unaware of this, able to avoid the shots just barely. Too Old snagging Scooby-Doo on the backside. Nade comes up and over. Sri Lankan goes down, and we're into a 1v1. Too Old on the backside, not landing shots onto Nolik. Punching in the code, matter of fact, as Armageddon look to take it 3-1. They can't. Nolik, with a great rotation, saves the round, and Capitanos take the lead. The action is back underway. Both squads utilizing all of the time between rounds. I'm trying to mimic the magic that Armageddon had finding that early kill. Or sorry, Capitanos had finding the early kill last round. They're not able to do it. Noman actually grabbing first blood, putting Capitanos into that early advantage. Exactly what they want. They want to try to take the series here. This is definitely a capable objective if you can get the right smokes and apply the right pressure. They're looking good right now. Nalik and Killinger going underground. All the remaining three push up top, and Armageddon have invested heavy in this upstairs defense. A nade comes in, downs Beefy. He quickly is rezzed and denied life. Another shots coming in from Scooby-Doo. Grab Too Old. Capitanos may not even have the opportunity to cap Itanos. If they keep this up, they are killing all of the attackers. Nade comes up and over a flash onto Noman. He's not able to drop back fast enough. Pwnk grabs two in his push before he's denied life, and Scooby is going to be able to grab, so only one. Uchi just missing Spoilty on the peak. And a great nade onto the back of Hoochie, just missing him. Hoochie still rotating around here. Spoilty catches him out, and it all is up to Sri Lankan. The smokes are on OBJ. He's aware of the potential disaster that could unfold. The code's getting punched in by Spoilty under the smoke, and Capitanos take the series 4-1. What an exciting series to behold. A couple of caps coming in from both sides. Ultimately, Capitanos able to run it back and grab themselves Tanker in dominating fashion. But what a fun series to watch with a couple of interesting plays. Ultimately, like we said, resulting in caps. Moving on to the finals, which will be played out tomorrow. They will be playing the winner of the current match on Master League 2. So be sure, we'll be sending you over there right after this. So be sure to say hello from Master League 1 when we do. And I think that'll be it. That will be it from me here on this semifinals matchup. A great duel between Capitanos and Armageddon. I appreciate you tuning in. If you want to get involved in the Onward Master League, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward. You can register for a team, you can join the reservists, you can join the Discord, which is really your step one in being involved in the community. Also, if you're interested in our other games, we are starting an Echo Arena League very soon, so signups will be going up there, and shortly we also have Final Assault, Space Junkies, Contractors, and Pavlov. So lots of esports availability options there over at vrmasterleague.com if you want to check that out. That will be it for me. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be sending you over to the second semifinals matchup hosted by Triple Nipple and the Lonely Viper. So don't go anywhere.